Hi, thank you for joining me. In my last video, I talked about the damage that radical religious teaching can do. In this video, I will be taking a look at radical spirituality, as this is something that I have experience of, which often goes under the radar. There is a lot of press about radical religion, but radical spirituality is rarely given any thought. Often people don't think that spirituality can be radical. They think that spirituality can do no harm, but that's not true. It all depends on what you believe and practice. Spirituality is a very loose word. There is so much that falls under the umbrella of spirituality, and not all of it is good and pure. Just as there are radical religious leaders who preach hellfire and damnation, there are also radical spiritualist teachers who can do just as much damage because they hold some very strange and far out beliefs, and they want to get other people to take on their beliefs as well. Spirituality is sold as a cure for stress. Almost anything can be labelled as spiritual. It's a word that gets thrown around and used to make things sound good because it has this image of peace and love and tranquility. So-called spiritualism includes some concepts that are very extreme. Religious and spiritual extremism are really the same thing. It's an ideology. The only difference is how they present themselves. Both of them usually oppose the other, but they both use the same formula of fear and emotional blackmail. They will tell you the same thing, that their way is the only way, only they have the answer, and you are only safe with them, and everything will be all right as long as you do what they say. They pretend to offer acceptance and unconditional love, which is what so many people are looking for, protection from evil, and most importantly, eternal salvation. The radical religious preacher is often quite full on, loud and condemning of everyone outside of their faith. They preach hatred and intolerance, and they make threats. They will say that you will burn in hell for all eternity if you don't live the way they tell you. There is a very strict set of rules that you must not break. They constantly install fear in you to keep you coming back and serving their cause. The radical spiritualist, by contrast, is usually quiet and serene, and often acts as a mother or father figure. They appear very loving and caring. They're often quite softly spoken, and they talk in a very soothing, nurturing way. They will usually tell you that the world is in crisis, but you're okay because you're with them, and they can protect you, show you the path to enlightenment, and help you to reach new levels of divine consciousness so that you can live in a state of total peace and euphoria. And it feels very good, but it can quickly turn sinister. Within spiritualism, there are some harmful beliefs and practices that are not really spiritual and can cause great anxiety in people and even put them in mortal danger. Most of this falls under the New Age movement. To give a brief explanation, the New Age is an alternative belief system that is made up of ideas and practices that have been taken from other faiths and cultures. It's become a part of Western culture, and I think it's slowly creeping into other cultures. I have first-hand experience of it. I know what it can do to your mind, and I will be doing more videos on this, where I will go into it all in more depth. So stay tuned for that. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching. See you next time.